Pokey Nerds, what is up? Welcome in. Got some pretty good news for y'all. We're talking about Surging Sparks today, specifically the Elite Trainer boxes. They have been reprinted. They've been available through distro to local game stores. They've been available at big box stores. You've had the wholesale clubs getting their hands on some Surging Sparks deals, bundles that include ETBs, right? So this is a window right now that we're seeing with Surging Sparks Elite Trainer boxes and singles. Pretty good time to potentially be looking at Surging Sparks, and it hasn't felt that way for a long time. So we're going to go ahead and dive into it right here, right now. Really appreciate you being here. If you enjoy the content, please like and subscribe. You can also check out our channel membership, link in the description below. $2.99 per month. We have exclusive channel member giveaways every single week. This week, you're going to be able to win some mega cards from the Mega Symphonia Mega Brave sets, some illustration rares from those sets. Check it out, link in the description below. So, Surging Sparks is now down to, on TCG Player, basically $83. You see market price $85. We've got legitimate listings under $84. Several of them. So, why is this significant? You look at the 1 year, and Surging Sparks, if you weren't here, last November, and we're getting close to a year for Surging Sparks being out, which is crazy to think about, but we are getting close to a year. This was the set that pre-orders started getting interesting. For the longest time during Scarlet and Violet, you could order everything at pre-order prices, booster boxes, $90, $100, $105. Surging Sparks was that way for a while. Close to release, it started spiking up. And then at release, it went up to $200 very quickly. This was the set that things really started to go crazy in this Pokemon hobby. And then Prismatic set it over the top, right? And we've been on just an insane run in this market for a very long time now. We have not seen Surging Sparks Elite Trainer boxes at $83 since late January, early February. It's been a long time, 6 months plus, to see these price points for Surging Sparks Elite Trainer boxes. Now, MSRP is $50. If you can find it MSRP, that's great. If you can find it at, I think Costco just did a huge bundle with it. If you can find those types of prices, MSRP, or even, below MSRP in some cases, when you talk about the big wholesale stores like Sam's and Costco, etc., that's great. But most people don't have access to that stuff consistently. Surging Sparks, a month ago, less than a month ago, was $108 secondary market price. And it is now down to $83, $84, $85. That's down $30 in less than a month. So you're in a window right now. How long will this window last? Where is the floor? Don't know the answers to that question, but it looks like it's still based on this chart, this 1 month chart, it looks like it could still continue to fall, which would be really cool. Because my goal, as I always talk, I think things that are in print should be available at or close to MSRP for mass consumption, collectors, players, kids opening packs, everybody, right? Once it goes out of print, 2-3 years down the road, then I think it's fair for prices to start to climb. But I think when things are in print, when products are in production, there's no reason to have the shortages, to have the crazy prices that we've seen over the last 9 months. I still think it's ridiculous to have to sit here and tell y'all that I think it's cool that Surging Sparks is now $83 for ETB. It is ridiculous. But that's the market we're in. And again, down $30 in ETB in the last month, less than a month. So This is good news for collectors. I'm hopeful that we keep seeing this chart going in a downward trajectory, but there will be a floor and it will bounce back up from that floor, because Surging Sparks, as much as people are just down on the hobby right now because of, collectors are upset about prices, and they should be. Again, I am too. Surging Sparks is a great set, and it doesn't have as much hype right now as Destined Rivals or the mega sets coming up, or necessarily Prismatic, but it's a great set. And as I mentioned, it's also a pretty decent time to be looking at singles for Surging Sparks. The Pikachu is as cheap as it's ever been. Latios, you look at Latios, it's climbing back up a little bit. So you have seen a floor, and maybe you can see another dip as these reprints hit the market and people open ETBs, and you could see another dip with Latios here and with some of these other ones. But I love this Latios. You got the connected art with Latios. It's at 164. 3 months ago it was 176. Its high is, over 200. So this is a card that, and it was sitting over 200 for a long time. This is a card that you couldn't find really at reasonable prices, and it's still very expensive. It's at the top of the set, but I think personally the Latios and Latios connected arts much, much better than the Pikachu. I love the Milotic. Absolutely love it. This is a card that was over 150 at a time, was in the 140s, 130s. It's now under $90. I have this in my personal collection. Don't have Latios yet. I need to get it. But the Milotic, beautiful, beautiful card. And it's a connected art too with Feebas. So I think that there's a lot going for Surging Sparks. Obviously, Pikachu is going to remain popular. A lot of times Pikachu cards do dip on the English side. But even with a big dip, it was over $500, right? At one point. Or close to about 450, excuse me. But even with a huge dip, the Pikachu is still way, way out in front in terms of the market price. But you just have a ton of really, really good cards in Surging Sparks. And I don't think it's a bad time to look at the singles. Hydreigon, EX, Special Illustration Rare, beautiful art. Akira Egawa, who we did the spotlight on recently. You've got Latios Appeal with Altaria, very cool card. Alolan Executor, very, very unique art. I love that one as well. Jasmine, very popular trainer. Durant, the connected art, where you've got the Durant art that connects with itself. You can literally have a nice little binder page or row of 3 Durant EX cards. I think that's pretty ingenious and very cool. The Ceruledge illustration rare, the Latios illustration rare. Skarmory is such a sick card. Feebas, Mesprit. I know a lot of people love the Sleikoth. Very cute, derpy, strange Pokemon. But the list goes on and on. So many of these Scarlet and Violet sets with their almost endless illustration rares. Very cool. And there's something for everyone for sure. But I do think Surging Sparks is a great set to add to your collection, and now might be the best time to do it from a singles standpoint. When you look at the Elite Trainer boxes, where is the floor? I don't know. I would imagine that we're close to it. I don't think it's going to get back down to MSRP. That would really surprise me. With the hype in this market, I don't think people will let that happen. When you look at everything else sealed Surging Sparks, it's doing pretty well, pretty consistent. The ETBs are what had the big reprint, and that's why you're seeing the market price down $30 in the last 25 days, 20 days. So yeah, good time to potentially look at getting some Surging Sparks ETBs, because you look at everything else. Again, the booster bundles, they're static. The booster boxes, they're static right now. I'm sure that they will have an upward trajectory as well soon. They're around 250. Pokemon Center ETBs are up right now. This is the only thing on a downward trend, and I think that's a sign that the reprint's working a little bit. And usually with reprints, you see a downward trend, it reaches its floor at some point, then it bounces back up. So I don't want people to just look at this and say, well, Surging Sparks is going to go down forever, ETB wise, because it's not. It could continue to go down. It could get down into the 70s. I don't want people to wait forever, though, and then, miss out on being able to get some Surging Sparks if you want it, right? Surging Sparks ETBs come with the Magneton promo. You get 9 packs as well. Beautiful box art featuring that Pikachu. Very cool stuff. Iconic, the brand mascot for Pokemon. So that's where we're at with Surging Sparks. It's down $30 ETB in the last 21 days. And singles are close to their floors as well, close to their lows as well. Just here to let y'all know what's going on. Really appreciate you tuning in. If you enjoy the content, please like and subscribe. Y'all have a good one.